Hi, this is Mr. Wedge, and I've got some woven paper here that I made into like a quilt just by weaving some strips of paper together, and I went under, over, then I switched directions, and so anyway, I've got some, it's like a quilt, but today we're going to actually paint a picture on this quilt. So first thing you need is a happy memory. So try to think of some happy time in your life, and it's got to have some people in it. So try to have at least 2 people in your picture, and we're going to paint those people from this memory onto this quilt today, this paper quilt that we made. And I've got a memory from this past summer. We were at the park, my family and I. So I was with my wife and my brother-in-law, and we were playing frisbee in the park, which is one of my favorite things to do, is throw a frisbee around. So you can get whatever colors you want, and I've got a paper plate, and I put my colors around the edge so that I can mix colors on the inside. You're also going to need a little brush and a bucket of water and a paper towel to dry your brush. And because we're painting people, it's totally up to you what colors you get, but you need black, white, and orange for skin color. Because if you have black, white, and orange, you can make anybody's skin color in the whole world. It doesn't matter. Everybody's got orange in their skin. Some people's skin are a little more colorful. Some people are a little more grayish looking. Some people have really light skin. Some people have really dark skin. So you can adjust it. But you need black, white, and orange, and then whatever other colors you want, but just take a quarter size amount. So no bigger than a quarter. Because you can always get more paint, but we don't want to pour a ton of paint out, use a little bit, and then have to throw all that in the garbage, because then we're going to run out of paint. So quarter size amount, whatever colors you want, got to have black, white, and orange too, okay? And actually we're going to start with the people's heads, and we're going to plan out this picture. We're going to compose this picture by thinking about where everybody's heads would be. So my brother-in-law was playing frisbee with my wife and I. So I know that there has to be 3 people in my picture. So there's going to be 3 heads. And we were all outside. So you could work the tall way, or you could work the wide way. But you need a memory. You need to figure out how many people are in this memory. And then we'll start putting the heads in. So black, white, and orange are how you make it. And you can just put all 3 and stir it up and see what it looks like. That actually looks pretty good to me. My wife's skin is a lot darker than mine, so I might make mine first, and I'll make mine a little bit lighter. And I'll put my head in, and I'll put it right about here. And it's just a little blob or an oval. Pretty simple. Do you see it? Not too big. So there it is. My wife's not quite as tall as me. Her skin's a little darker than me. So I'm going to take that same pile and add some black and orange, and you can adjust it. And like I said, if you have black, white, and orange, you can make anybody's skin in the whole world with that. So there we go. That looks pretty good. She's a little shorter than me. She was probably standing over here. We were outside, but you don't have to worry about where you are or where you were in this memory today. Just think about who was in the memory, what were you doing, and how many people were there. And then my brother-in-law, Andrew, his skin's probably more like this. So you can just mix and adjust until it looks right to you. And if you get it right the first try, that's great. He was jumping up in the air, so I'm going to put his head up here. So do you see how I'm thinking about how many people and what we were doing? And I'm also going to think about where the hands are going to be. So I've got his skin color, so let me just put his hands. I'm going to pretend he's like jumping way up in the air to catch the frisbee. So there's one hand, and he's going to have another hand somewhere down here. All of this will make sense in a second. But we're just putting the skin color in first. My wife has hands, so I'm going to put her hands in too. And maybe she's the one that threw the frisbee. So maybe her hand is right over here, and her other hand's down at her side. And then maybe I had my hands up because I'm just sort of like happy and I'm waving my arms around because I'm outside and it's a nice day. And I'm just like, yeah, woohoo, jump. So see how I changed it back to mine? So everybody's skin color is a little bit different, and you just have to think about it and adjust it, and there's no right or wrong way to do it, but just try your best. So there's my hand, there's my other hand. So I've got my head, my hands, my wife's head, my wife's hands, my brother-in-law's head, my brother-in-law's hands. And now I get to put in the clothes and connect everything, okay? So what I'll do is I'll think about what clothes we were wearing. And if you don't remember, that's okay. I was probably wearing a black shirt. And it was probably a t-shirt. So actually, I'll do this. I'm going to put this t-shirt shape in, which means I still have to paint my arms. Do you see that? So there's that. I'm going to wash my brush, dry it off. Go back to my skin color. See, this is why we make new colors in new piles. So we have our old ones and we have our new ones. Just gotta make my arms a little bit longer. There we go. So there's me. Don't worry about faces or anything today. Just worry about the people and what they were wearing. Oh, necks are important too, right? So here's my neck. And the neck can just be a little brush stroke. Boop. That's all you need. Arms. If you're wearing short sleeves, you're going to see a lot of your arms, right? It was summer that day, so I think we were all wearing short sleeves. But maybe you're painting a winter scene. Maybe you have a happy memory from sometime in the winter. So, well, then you're all bundled up and you've got a hat on, so you might just see a little bit of your face. But that's what you would start with. Whatever skin color, you would start with that, put the heads in, and then figure out where the hands would go, and then add the clothes. And you can always go back and add things. So my wife really likes purple. I don't have purple on my plate, but I know that if I mix blue and red, it'll make purple. So I can mix that in a new color. Usually add white too, to make it a little bit lighter, so you can see it better. There we go. Nice purple color. So here's my wife's shirt. There we go. And I can't remember what shirt my brother-in-law was wearing. Let's just give him a white shirt. So you can mix colors, or you can just use the colors all by themselves. But skin color you have to make, because everybody's skin color is different. And skin color is just kind of special. So there we go. I've got everybody's head, arms, hands, shirt. It was summertime. My wife was probably wearing jeans. So I'll use blue for her pants. And I was probably wearing shorts. So I'll do those shapes for my shorts, just not as long. And my brother-in-law is probably wearing black pants. He wears black jeans a lot. So I'm just thinking about this memory. And he's way up in the air like this. So I'm kind of painting these two leg shapes. There you go. And I'm washing my brush and I'm drying it off as I go. And then all I really need is, well, I need legs, I guess, because I'm wearing shorts. I'm a pretty tall guy, so, and my arms are up in the air. And then, yeah, you could just pop the shoes in. So whatever you think the shoes were, they can just be little brush strokes. Pretty simple. They're just little blobs, but it's just a different way to compose a picture. His feet are down because he's jumping up in the air. And then my wife, I don't know, I'll give her white shoes. There we go. If you want, you can add hair if you think you have time, but this is basically it. Oh yeah, and the frisbee. So there we go. So we're all outside at the park playing frisbee. It's a happy memory that I have. And I painted it on this quilt that I made from weaving paper. So give it your best try. And don't worry about faces or anything like that. Just think about the big important things. And then go ahead and add what you need to. So there we go. Work hard, have fun.